Hi, my name is John Halloran, and this is a little more advanced workshop on Vocabulary Builder, so it's real exciting to teach it. But if you're new to Vocabulary Builder, I apologize, it might be overwhelming. But anyway, just so you know, I go to my vocabulary, of course, and I have transition loaded, and that's a true transition level.
Eat.
Then I'm going to go to my full vocabulary, which I've copied, and now I'm in the full vocabulary, but it looks like I'm in transition, but I'm not. So if I turn Vocabulary Builder off and say done, you're going to see that I'm in a full version of LAMP Words for Life. So I have 4,494 words working.
Pizza.
But because I've made a vocabulary builder file called transition, it allows me to go to vocabulary builder, turn it on, go to my file list, and in here I've stored one that says transition level. When I load that file and say done, it does take it a little bit of crunching. And my iPad's actually an older one. If I do it on my new one, it actually works quite a bit better. But this is an average speed. If yours is slower than this, you probably have an older iPad. If it's quicker, hey, congratulations, you've got a good new iPad. So real old ones are hard to make this work with. I think it'll still work, even my battery's getting a little low. All right, so now look, it looks like I'm in transition.
Eat.
It looks just like transition because it is transition, but really I'm in the full. What makes it so exciting is that if I have a kid who drinks milk, the transition level just based on frequency said drink water and juice. But you have a student that loves milk.
Juice.
So now you can go in here to the vocabulary builder and you can add the word milk. It's already in the full level, so it knows where that word goes. And when you unhide it, it puts it right where it's supposed to be. So this is really kind of fun and exciting. You can start an individual on full, load the transition level, and then you have the words that occur most in speech. Then you can go in and customize it, say, well, what's his favorite foods, favorite toys, animals, places, add those words. You'll have the 205 words based on frequency, and you'll have it customized for their favorite thing.
Milk.
Remember, milk is good for your bones, so that's why
Milk.
body parts come here and you push down on fruit. So that's what gives you juice. And it's really the thing that's healthy is water. That's why it's good for you. But depending on who you are, we all need the words that occur often in speech, those core words, but now we can have the fringe words that are important to you and keep them spaced apart. Okay, now let me show you how easy it is for you to get this if you don't already have it. The first way is you can just email us. So you can email us and we'll send you a file. And of course, if you don't know that vocabulary builder files are able to be emailed, that would be something you'd want to learn. But let me show you a quick way to get it if you don't want to do it that way. There's an easier way. Go to vocabulary, choose new, go to the transition. Now, if you don't know how to copy a vocabulary, this probably all seems crazy, but under menu, you copy a vocab and you copy a fresh version of transition, call it something you can remember. That part I'm assuming you know how to do. Now I'm in a true version of transition. So now I'm going to go to menu. This is vocabulary builder. I'm going to turn it on. Then this is the new part. Start with visible actions. Make sure your plus S is added because we want to be able to turn words into a plus S. I like to show my entire keyboard. Toggle language is all right. You probably want to go back. You probably want the clear display. So you're going through here, the clear display. You're going through, these are the things. You could even want all these. It's up to you. But anyway, you see what you're able to do is pick the word finder if you want that. But these are all the visible actions. And keep going down. Here's the A's, and I want all my A's. Now we're down to words, and just start checking every box the entire way down. When you get to letters, it is going to give you that little extra. Now, I've timed this. It only takes me a few minutes, well, like 5 minutes to do this. See where the B is? When I touch that B, I now want to tell it I want that B and that B. One's the capital. And so anyway, then I go through it. I keep doing this all the way to the end, just as fast as I can. So when I get all the way to the end, then I save this and name it. And when you name it, you would name it transition. So the next time you go to vocabulary builder and you go to file list, you'd have one called transition and you'd load that file because you've just loaded you basically went into transition like I just described. You went to the transition level You then went to Vocabulary Builder, you turned it on, then you went and you did the visible actions, and then you just went right down here and did every single one of these. You just kept checking until you got everything done, and then you saved it by naming it. You don't want to forget to save it. Once you've done that, then now you've done it. Now you switch to full. Here's what's so exciting about this. Once you switch to full, because the Vocabulary Builder lists bleed over or they transfer to the other areas, when you go to Vocabulary Builder now and you go to File List, the one that you just created in transition, where you basically touched all the words, now shows up in full. So when you touch that and load it and say done, you now are loading all the words that were in transition into your full vocabulary. So this works out really well. If you don't want to have it emailed to you, or you don't already have it where someone can email it to you, just go to the transition level, check every box, name it, go to full, open it up, and you've got it. Now, of course, the beauty of this is that you now have the transition level.
Water.
But this would not, I'm in the full level with transition loaded. Now it's your turn to go in here and say, yeah, but Jimmy likes pizza. And what Jimmy likes is he likes cookies. And what he really likes is he likes to play with a ball. Whoops. So now you're customizing it for all the things that the individual has a passion for. So now you have the 205 words based on frequency that fill up our language that sometimes do take longer to learn, but they're so powerful when we do learn them, when we can hear them. But now I also have the words that individual wants. So that's why I just love this level, because you have the words that are important to them, and you have the words that occur often in speech. So now when they hit toy, this button wouldn't have been there a minute ago. You'd have just had play and win. But now ball shows up.
Ball.
And when you hit eat now, snack shows up because
Cookie.
it knows that you went in there and said, add this to the 205 words.
Cookie.
All right, so that's how you do it. You go to Vocabulary Builder. Now, don't forget to save it. After you make those changes, make sure you save it again. Otherwise, you're going to lose all your customizations. So I would call this like John. And then I might date it. It's probably what I would do, is date it for, dash. I got these crazy things going on in my dash 21. And that's probably what I would do. And I would know I added words. You might think about adding the words in there. But since I did that, now it's going to keep those changes that I made. So that I don't lose pizza. And I don't lose any of these customizations.
Cookie.
So it knows I added those words. So it knows I like to play with the ball.
Ball.
All right, so that's really simple. I hope it makes sense. Again, you go to vocabulary, you go to your vocabulary, you go to the transition you created, you go to Vocabulary Builder menu, and you just check every single thing, and then you save that list. Then switch to your full vocabulary, go back to your Vocabulary Builder, turn it on, and load that list that you created from the transition level, and now customize away, and you'll have one of the most perfect vocabularies. Don't forget, you can email these lists. So once this list has been created, you don't want to lose this. You could email this to a friend. Let's just go a little slower on that part, even though it should be a separate email. Once you've made this, you could share it amongst all your other therapy friends or all the other people that you work with, so that they wouldn't have to go through this again. And if you email us, we'll just send you the file. We'll email it to you. And then as long as you can open email up on this iPad that you're on, then you can download it that way instead of doing it the way I just showed you. But the nice thing about the way I showed you is you don't have to have a device that can get on email. All right, so here's how I get it. If I have email, or my device is integrated where it can do other things like get on the internet and have email, I go to Vocabulary Builder, File List. Now look here, when you touch it, it gives you the option to load it. And that's what we do all the time, is we load them. Then you can copy it to Dropbox. But I love this little one button here. It says Share File. If you hit Share File, it now says, how do you want to share it? You could AirDrop it to another one. But if you email it, and you say who you want to email it to, then you name it something, you know what it is, and you send it to them. The nice thing is when they get their email, when they get into their email and they touch it, it'll say, where do you want to download it to? And if they say download it into LAMP like that, it'll say import the file and boom, you've got it. So it's really slick and real easy to do. I don't want to put it over the top of the one I already have. All right, I hope that makes sense. And I hope you see the benefit of doing that, and let us know if there's anything we can do to help you, like email you the file or any way we can help you where you learn how to put Vocabulary Builder transition level loaded within full and customize it a whole bunch is the trick to make it very motivating for the individual.